Cracking Code with Dave. That's my YouTube channel, Cracking Code with Dave. Thanks for joining us here. All right, thanks for joining us, Cracking Code with Dave. Check it out. This is about didSet. It's kind of like our second two-parter. There was willSet and there's didSet. willSet, didSet, they're property observers. What that means is when your property changes inside of your structure, your class, then it's watching out for you and it's going to make adjustments. So the willSet is called before the value is stored, and didSet is called after the value is stored. So that may be a thing. You might have to look into that. And the reason this comes into play for us today is because one of our homework assignments is rather difficult, and it's if you're taking the CIS165 intermediate, so app development class at MCC, Mesa Community College, then this would be Lab 2 homework assignment 2.3, and it's the one on structures, and this is actually page 7. And page 7, computed properties, property observers. All right, so this homework assignment wants you to, in the height struct below, it wants you to make some didSets. So basically what it's asking you to do is, it says there's these variables here, and here's a structure called height, and there's variables inside the structure. There's your height in inches, there's your height in centimeters, and then down below there's this fancy initialization statements. So when you initialize your height in inches, then it says, all right, fine, your height in inches is your height in inches, but your height in centimeters, that's equal to 2.54 times your height in inches. That's the calculation. Or what if you enter your height in centimeters first? Well, then it says, all right, fine, your height in centimeters is your height in centimeters, but your height in inches, we're going to calculate that for you. We're going to take centimeters divided by 2.54, and then we're going to set your height in inches. That works. That's all fine and dandy. It's done, right? No. What if you grow? What if you grow and then you change your height in inches? So this is where didSet comes in. So if you set height in inches or height in centimeters again, then we want it to recalculate. I think they could have done this a little differently, but let's just do it the way that the book intended. So all right, so let's make some room here. Right after this variable, height in inches, we're going to put open curly brace and close curly brace. And then we're going to type out didSet and then put another set of curly braces behind it. And see, it turns red or purple or whatever color it turns on your screen, it turns. Because now this is a thing. didSet is a thing. You didn't declare didSet anywhere. It's just something that comes with Swift. Right, like a variable, structures, arrays. There's also something called didSet. Inside of didSet, we could just go like this. We could just go, all right, so you set your height in inches. Well, then your height in centimeters is equal to your height in inches. Darn it. Your height in inches times 2.54. And then we could also do a similar calculation down below. Oh, yeah, it's cool with that, right? And we could also do a similar calculation down below. The problem is, here, let's read this a little closer. If you set the value of the other property, even though it already has the right value, you will end up with an infinite loop of each property setting the other. So it'll go, because you'll have another didSet down below here, and it'll go boom, 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 and bounce between the two of them, trying to set them right. So what we got to do first is we got to check to see if it's correct or not. So we're going to make an if statement in here. If the height, I'm just going to call it inCm, so it doesn't get confused with all the other height in centimeters that we've declared. So this is its own new thing. Oh, actually no, it's not yet. First we're going to say let height in cm equal. So we're going to check actually I'm going to rename this let the correct height in centimeters should equal the height in inches times 2.54. And then we're going to check if the so if the height in centimeters is not equal to the correct height in centimeters, then do this calculation, then set it. So then set it. So the problem, not the problem, but the complication is, all right, so now you set the height in centimeters. Well, as soon as you set the height in centimeters, it's going to come down here also. So we've got to do all this stuff down here too. I'm just going to copy it and flip-flop it. All right, copy, paste, all that stuff afterwards. So we got to double. If it sets, then we're going to let the correct height in inches equal the height in centimeters. What's the calculation? Divided by 2.54. So, and then we got to check to see if the height in inches is not equal to the correct height in inches. That's this here. Then then you got to set it. The height in inches is equal to the height in inches is equal to the height in centimeters divided by 2.54. This calculation. Hooey! This one's a humdinger, y'all. Now we better check to make sure this stuff works, right? So here's my height. So here I'm declaring a new variable. We're outside of the structure now. See, here's the structure up here. Let's take a closer look at the whole structure now, just in case you missed it. So you can, and I think I'm going to copy and paste this code into the comments in YouTube. This is quite a difficult assignment. I don't expect everyone to get it. I find it difficult, and I don't know. It's just because I don't use didSet much. I just do my calculations when I need to do them. But this is kind of cool. This means that like you don't have to have all those calculations outside of your structure. It can just kind of automatically figure it out. And then here's the initialization. So initialization happens when you first make the instance. So in this case, there's two of them. Kind of cool. You can do two. That it's not going to run through each of these every time you make a new instance of this height thing. It's going to do whichever one you choose. So you have the option of entering your inches in, and then it calculates your centimeters, or entering your centimeters in, and it calculates your inches. Very cool stuff. So here's my height. Height in inches, 63, 5'3". So fine. Let's see what happens here. Let's do this. Let's make some print statements in here just to track what's going down. So here's init inch, init with inches, which is what we're doing. And then we'll put something in here. So this is didSet centimeters, and then if it's not equal to it, then we're fixing down here, fixing centimeters. No, actually we're fixing inches. So this one is printing out didSet inches. And then I'm going to add another print statement in here that's called, alright, so what are we doing? We're fixing the centimeters. Okay, and it looks like my print statements are working down here, because what I did down below, let's comment this out first. So we called my new height, boom, and we initialize it with inches. So as soon as we do the height with the height in inches here, it jumps up to this section, comes down here, sets it up, and it's initialized with inches. And nothing else happens. None of the didSets happen at this point. DidSet like is called after we change it. Like what if I get on the rack and they stretch me out a couple extra inches? Now I'm 65 inches long. Well, the init with inches happens up here. And then, uh-oh, we did set some new inches. So it jumps up here to didSet new inches, or didSet inches. Where is it? Where is it? There it is, height in inches, didSet. And then it comes down here and says, well, the centimeters should be, I don't know, however many, 165. And it comes over here and says, hey, are the centimeters 165.1? No, they're not. Well, we better fix the centimeters. So it goes in here, fixes the centimeters, sets the centimeters. Okay, and now there's this extra little line here. Why is it doing that? Well, because we just set the centimeters. So didSet is called because the centimeters changed. Now we go through this whole process again down here. DidSet the centimeters. It comes down here and it's like, are the inches correct? And it checks them and it says, yes, the inches are correct. And sorry, it's a little hard to read with my screen being so. Here, let me stretch it out a little for you. That's a little better, huh? Okay. Where was I? Oh, up here. Yeah, it double checks up here. And it's like, oh, it's cool. We don't have to fix it. It never gets to fixing inches because the inches are legit. Versteh, as my Yiddish. Well, my grandfather spoke Yiddish, and versteh means understand. Comprende, as they say out here. Comprendez-vous? All right, y'all. Dave, cracking code with Dave here. I hope this helps those of you out there. I'm going to copy this code and paste it in the comments because this assignment is brutal, I think. It's really difficult for you all to come up with this on the fly. So I'm copying it and I'm going to paste it in the comments on my YouTube channel, Cracking Code with Dave, and or I'm going to paste it below because I don't know if it might not be on YouTube, it might be somewhere else. Also, exercises 8 and 9 and 10 are also difficult, so I'm going to make videos for those as well. Don't worry, we got your back, we got you covered. This is important stuff you got to learn, but you know, let's not stress here. Let's just and if you get stuck, you know what? Search for it on YouTube. Look for Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow is a great resource. The Swift programming language is the developer.apple.com site. It has some good stuff too. And don't stress. You got this.